Sentire Media.
Ciao a tutti and welcome to Venice Talks, a podcast series dedicated to Venice in Italy. I'm your host, Monica Cesarato, a Venetian food and travel blogger. Join me as I share my insider knowledge to help you explore Venice at 360 degrees. In this weekly podcast, we'll dive into the heart of a city, uncovering hidden stories and connecting with the people who make Venice unique. The artisans, the writers, the fashion designers, the bloggers, the journalists, and more. Let's break free from cliché and discover the true essence of Venice, not just the monuments, but the vibrant people, the Venetians. Experience Venice the right sustainable way. You can find me on my blog at www.monicacesarato.com and across all social media platforms. Enjoy the episode and let's journey through Venice together. Hi everyone, I'd love to hear from you. If you've been to Venice and there is something you absolutely loved, a special moment, a favorite spot, a person you met, or even just the way the city made you feel, send me a short audio clip, no more than 2 minutes, telling me your story. You can email it to me at info@monicacesarato.com or send it via WhatsApp. And don't forget to spread the word about Venice Talks. If you're visiting local shops, cafes, or artisans you heard about on the show, tell them. It really makes a difference and helps keep the magic of Venice alive. Can't wait to hear your voices and your Venice stories. Welcome back to Venice Talks, Season 3, Episode 10.
Hi everybody and welcome back to Venice Talks. Today my special guest is from one or if not the oldest association in Venice, and he is Cesare Peris from Società di Mutuo Soccorso fra Carpentieri e Calafati, Venezia. Did I say right?
Yes.
Okay, that's only because I'm reading behind it. Because we are in the association warehouse. Okay, so let me start with my questions. Okay, Cesare, can you tell us a bit about yourself and your background? Who are you?
Well, my name is Cesare, and
we got that.
and I live in Venice.
Mm-hmm.
My professional course is employee of Assicurazioni Generali.
Okay.
Maybe the main insurance in Italy and the third or fourth in the world. And as a hobby, as you can say, I'm living in the among the associations in Venice,
mm-hmm.
Especially with this one that where I'm chairman, or Gastaldo, as we say.
Mm-hmm.
And I was here since 1982.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 1982.
That's a long time.
I was very young, yeah. The first was my father and some of my uncles.
All right, okay.
Yeah. And then I decided to join the society because I love Venice. I love also tradition. And I love this kind of stay together, that means Venetian way. So not just have something like administration,
mm-hmm.
but join together with the people and talk about people.
Mm-hmm.
So I am elected every year.
How many years have you been president?
1997.
Whoa!
Yeah.
That's dictatorship.
Yeah, everybody.
But nobody wants to do it.
Everybody told this to me, but you have to say, or people have to know that
nobody wants to do it.
Elected every year.
I know, and nobody wants to do it. That's why.
And the vote and the ballot is secret.
Yeah,
so
of
if
course.
Everybody
and it's unanimous, I think. Yeah, okay.
And lay out, they simply write another name on the schedule, and vote on other people.
And generally, there is no other people.
There is no more democracy than that. I can be changed every
very, 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 very Venetian. Listen, okay, let's start to explain what the society is. Società Mutuo Soccorso fra Carpentieri e Calafati. Yeah. Okay, first of all, who were the Carpentieri and Calafati?
Yeah. Let's say that in Venice, caulkers, just like Calafati, but carpenters are not something of the Venetian tradition. Carpenters was people that working on the iron navy.
Okay.
So in Arsenale of Venice, there was caulkers and another type of people that was working on the boat. That was not carpenters. Really, the association, our association that was established in 1867, took the tradition from the Scuola dei Calafati,
Okay.
not Carpentieri Calafati. Because the Carpentieri, or the real Carpentieri in Arsenale, was Marangoni.
Okay.
So Marangoni was the real carpenters of Navy. So Marangoni and Calafati.
Okay. And Calafati are the people that put the
Yes.
tar on the boats,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yes. But also they construct the boat.
Okay. I didn't know this.
Because
Okay.
they usually know the caulkers just like a little bit of part to construct a navy. It's not true. They construct the whole navy.
Okay.
So the Marangoni has only the duty to prepare the navy.
Okay.
Basic, and then the Calafati complete anything.
Okay. Because in the Arsenale, of course, they were divided like in, let's say, kind of smaller departments. It was an assembly line, and each department had its own role.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. So the association that was called Society, as just they took some from the private society, from the association, was established instead of national security system, as when people died at that ancient time, remained without any income.
Support. Any support.
And the Venetian schools that we call schools, not just for school but for association of medieval times, was a sort of this. So Scuola dei Calafati is the meaning of Società dei Calafati.
So the guilt of
This was really important. It still is in the city. Maybe nobody or little people know, because gondoliers are very. Can I say, they don't talk too much about this, but they have to know that as that was the ancient schools of arts in Venice, the widow of a gondolier can hold the gondola for 2 years after the man died.
Oh, okay.
So she can decide to sell the license or keep the silence until she has a boy or girl that can reach the measure age. And in these 2 years, the gondolier says that the boat works. So they earn money, and the money was given to the widow as just the man was alive.
Okay.
And this is typical Venetian.
Okay.
And this is why Napoleon came to Venice, and first thing says, I have to close all the school and have all the income to make war.
Yeah, of course.
The same was the Società di Mutuo Soccorso. When Austrian leave Venice in 1866, at the end of 1866, just the year after, on the 1st of April, we founded here in Venice the society. It was not possible to found another way the school, because after the Austrian arrives, the Italians. The Italians love so much the statue. Yeah. So they want not to have another Mariegola. That means the book where it was written.
The constitution of a ruling. Yeah.
And they imposed to have the statue. And we have here in our maybe you see, we have here the passage from the Mariegola up to the statue.
Yeah, I remember you showed me during COVID. I remember there was over.
It's the only example existing in living in Venice, because our actual statue has a lot of things that we keep from the first one that was written in this room in 1867.
And I remember you showed me there are some very famous names on these statues on this regulation book.
In the ancient time, not today. In the ancient time, there was a lot of politicians, also people of church that came visiting the association to have some relationship with the people and the organization of people, and they signed our book for the visit.
Yeah, I remember it was
from the 1967 up to 1985.
Wow.
And then nobody comes.
Yeah.
They decide that the association are not important.
They decided, of course. Listen, what actually does Mutuo Soccorso mean?
Yeah, the right name is Mutual Aid Society.
Okay.
So it's an association of people. Up to 1980, it was only men.
Okay.
But not because women were not
Allowed, yeah.
but because women used to have their schools.
Okay,
In Venice, women has their schools and men has their schools. Mutual aid society means that practical that you give a quote, an annual quote of money to the society, and this go to a fund. And from this fund, we took the money if you have some trouble or problem, especially with your health.
Okay.
This is something that was in Italy up to 1965. There was a mutual, private mutual that was closed because they had a lot of debt, and we found a national security system.
Okay.
Nowadays, as we have a lot of trouble and a lot of debt, so mutual aid society are coming to a new life.
Is it like an insurance in a way?
No, it is not.
Okay.
And the difference, because insurance and mutual aid society, is that mutual aid society respond to people up until they have the money. They have no obligation.
Okay.
Insurance has an obligation. That's a contract.
Okay.
So we are not forced to sell our maybe things we have as houses or square. Insurance do have to do that. So we have to sell anything to honorable.
Okay.
Insurance, yes.
So how has the association evolved from being, the association for the Carpentieri Calafati, that of course we still haven't, but not like it used to be, to what it is actually now?
Yes. Well, the thing is not this. Maybe mutual aid society probably after 70s or 80s of past century have closed because money that was given from people to the annual quote was very low. But there is a special story for this association that is also very Venetian. In the past, when people died and there has nothing to transmit the things, the houses, they give it to the commune of Venice or to public or to association. So we had the fortune to have 3 houses, 2 warehouses, and 1 square.
Whoa, that's a lot of property.
Yeah, that's a lot of property. You can imagine this kind of property in 1960s were nothing.
Yeah, but
nowadays,
wow,
just one house in Venice is a lot of money.
Of course.
So we have all these things are put into people, so to rent. And with the renting, we do not need any public help to work. And this is the real meaning that we survived up till today.
Okay.
But as I told you before, nowadays, government in Italy are working to rise up again the Società di Mutuo Society because there is a lot of problem with the national service. So what seems to be an end of the story, now it goes away from 158 years. So we are still living.
Yeah.
We was established and we're still living and we're working about this. But of course, we're not working just like an insurance. We are not working just, a way to help in very hard way. So I mean, we have an annual quote of 36 euros. That's nothing. But we can sustain a support up to 100 euros each person. So it's 3 times more.
That's good.
Obviously, it is not for something that's very easy, but for
for some people that have nothing.
Very heavy problem.
Yeah, of course,
Heavy problem that we can say to the people, you can have this kind of support, medical support, and we pay for it.
Yeah, of course.
And this fund we have is increasing all throughout the year. So we started with the new century, so 2000, and we are 2025, and we have a fund of 75,000 euros.
Oh, wow. That's good.
Yeah.
How many people are in the
2,000, maybe we are.
Oh, there's a lot of members.
No, 200.
Okay. Because I thought wait. Okay, we need to bring it to 2,000.
To try 200.
Well, that would be like a third of the population of Venice.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's a bad joke, but
no, it's a real joke. It's a real joke, and it's getting worse.
Yeah.
We also have a lot of people from the, I would say, countryside.
Yeah, well, no, I haven't enrolled yet. I said I will. I'm actually working it out.
A lot of people from Mestre, from the other part of, because they know us.
But also because I think a lot of people join not because of the possibility of having, is only to give us, to show support, or because you, and now we get into that, you doing a lot of other things. So your core was to do this mutual aid society, but now
let's say it is our core. As we do not have this core saved, maybe we can't be a mutual aid society.
Okay.
So we are forced to stay with this kind of assistance.
Okay.
But you see, it's very hard to tell people they can join society, and then you say, yes, you join the society, and when you die, I give you something for your body.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Thank you. I'm not really.
Yeah. So it's better to say join the association because we're doing a lot of events and things.
and this was the core.
Yeah. Of course.
When poor people die, they have no money to be buried. So. But this is not nowadays. So we have to do that because we still are, and we have to be a mutual aid society because of the square that was donated to the society.
So when was the shipyard given to the society?
1869.
Oh, that's a long time.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 years after the society was established, an important the Venetian that was working in Trieste, was owner of another shipyard in Trieste called, as you can imagine, San Marco.
Of course.
8 months before he died, he came in Venice and visited this, and say, I have a shipyard for you, and I want you to have it with just one condition. The condition is when this society will close, the entire shipyard will be passed to the administration of Comune di Venezia.
But saying that, if this was many years ago, it would have been okay. In the current state of affairs, let's say, we don't want that. The square has got to stay with
and it has a very troubled story because when we decided,
everybody wants you, it sounds like.
Just for the region, because when was given the shipyard to the society was so poor that have no money to have legal paper to say it is ours.
Okay.
So it passed.
Everybody could take it away.
It passed 8 years from 1969 to 18. And the commune decided to move in this way. They say the shipyard is public property, but you will remain inside until you will close. And they was thinking that was
you will be closing like in a few years.
Was nearly the closing of the society, and still we are here 158 years.
And that still stand until you don't close. They cannot have it. Okay, so we need to keep the society going.
And was confirmed recently because the actual administration
wanted to sell
to sell it and construct a theater. And we stand for about this decision, and we win. Because they recently they decide there is nothing to do.
Yeah, of course.
So the square,
legally,
the
they
shipyard
cannot.
will remain to the society until they will close. So and hope another 100 years of activity. And this is why society, this association is still a mutual aid society, because this shipyard that is enormous in Venice, it's 1,000 square meters.
Yeah, it's huge.
So it's huge.
Really big.
And this is why we choose to stay strictly near the law when described as a mutual aid society. So anything we have with the core that is not enough, it's not very, very little. It's a need to have the shipyard, as we don't want people thinking that you are changing,
Yes,
and then you are
of course.
not more, and you have to give back.
Of course. So I actually came first to the shipyard about 5 years ago. I remember it was middle of COVID, and we had a chat. I remember we did the live in Venice and everything. And I remember the place you took me, and it was falling apart, kind of. And I remember you had a huge, and you still have, a very good idea what this space could turn into. And I told you, I agree as well that it could be turned into something amazing.
Yeah.
5 years on, unfortunately, is in a better condition, but you managed to bring a lot of activities in it.
Yeah.
Not what we really should be done, because we agree this should be a space that should be used to promote the naval side of Venice, to have we already got a naval museum, but maybe a museum about the day boats, the gondolas, and all those that disappeared. You managed to get involved also with a huge sponsor and also a school. So what are the projects and events that you've managed to create in 5 years, and what can people see? Because I when I show the videos, or every time you invite me to do a gondola christening, everybody, oh my God, we wish we could see. And I think it's a great way to promote it. And I really don't understand why this, well, we all know why, but let's say I don't personally understand why this, what you're doing is so important, and it should be backed up by the city, and it's not. But what have you been doing?
Well, first of all, the shipyard was donated to the society just to earn money. So being a shipyard or a factory, for us would be the same. We have maybe the fortune to have the closing of the shipyard that was held by un affittuario.
Oh, a rent person. Yeah.
Here is standing on this part of the square from 1955 up to 2015.
Okay.
That he decided to close the activity.
Okay.
And the square remains closed, as there is no possibility. He has not a VC. So
if it is not a toilet or stuff like that. Yeah.
Yes. So there was no possibility to have other activities enter instead of. That's why there was a debate inside our society. We do need to have another factory. We do need to have our other income, or we have just enough and we want to do something that can give the shipyard back to the city as a landmark of Venetian activity and Venetian culture.
And where in an area near the Arsenale, where this was the main core of the city.
Exactly. Correct. But the first was we do not need money. We do not need more income, so we can live what we have, and we choose to have this part of the square to become a part of the square open not only to the city, not only to the citizens, but open to all people in the world love Venice but do not have a house here. So the main part is the 70% of people come and visit Venice never come back. 70%. We want create a place where somebody came to Venice and say, I will come again, not go to the bridge over the Rialto Bridge or Doge's Palace, but they want to live as Venetian live. That's very, you told me before, where 2,000 maybe.
That's 49,000. We were joking. We were just in case of people misunderstand.
But the more people know about
Yeah.
Venice, the more people are moving to have to stand up for the saving Venice. That is not only about. We are not talking just only about the bricks.
Yeah.
We are talking about the people,
Yeah.
living people.
Well, yesterday, a mayor, I think it was a mayor, ex-mayor of Barcelona, said that a city without its citizen is not a city anymore, and that's what's happening to Venice.
It's a cemetery.
Yeah.
Or it's a museum.
Yeah, exactly.
But in the same way,
Or an amusement park.
Not in cemetery nor in a museum. You can't live, you can't sleep, you can't.
Yeah, of course.
That's the way. And we are talking also. We can talk about the lot of money Save of Venice spent to save the painting of church, but we don't know for who.
Yeah. I mean, no, it's
For
good.
people,
It's
for
good what they do.
visitors,
It's good what
for
they do, but there's also.
But it's a museum.
It should be going hand in hand. You save the works of art, but you also save the communities, and that's what's not happening right now. Yeah.
And this is our choice, because we received a lot of offer to transform the square in something else, also a gallery of art or other things. And we say always no. We want something else. We want something else that maybe we not say Venice, but it is important to say we are not surrounded. So we are here, and we are here to say. So the project is called Public Shipyard. It has divided into three main courses. That is, the first one is to teach the young people how to construct and maintain a wooden boat. That's important because nobody say about this. Also the mayor, but it takes 20, maybe 25 years, and nobody will be in Venice able to construct a gondola.
Oh wow!
So it's incredible because if the gondola is the symbol of the city, the public administration is not thinking about how to maintain this.
Yeah.
So the public symbol of the city, then move a lot of tourists to see how gondola is. The public administration don't care about.
How many square are left in Venice? Five. Okay,
Five.
that is nothing compared to what it used to be.
3 of them have a very old people working.
Okay.
So in the future, maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And it's dangerous because, when capital say that they have to change and say, we have to change because times are changing, maybe they are thinking to have a plastic gondola.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, made in fiberglass or something like that, with a 3D printer.
The part of this great project is to put young people, but not only young people, because talent is also in the old people, but they don't know. So if you want to construct a boat, you have to try.
And not necessarily Venetian, yes?
No,
yeah, it can be.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That will be the house of the people that loves Venice. And loves Venice means that you have to leave the city from the water. People coming from abroad or coming also from Veneto region have 3 things in the mind: walking, bicycle, and car. When arriving in Venice, they have this impressed. So when they arrive in Venice, they don't see bicycle, they don't see car. They think Venice is a pedestrian city, and it's maybe the big mistake they can have, because Venice is living on the water. So without water and without boat and without shipyard, maybe there is no the soul of Venice. That is not the monuments. It's just maybe in the city. So we are thinking that every people that want to try to construct or see constructing a boat, a typical Venetian boat, and also for the young people. And for the young people, because industry has changed with the automation. Automation means that a lot of people will lose their job. And the services that are around the industry, that has no place anymore for people. So a lot of young people do have to think seriously about the way to be artisan, because a machine can't have not heart, have no soul, so they construct nothing very beautiful like an artisan.
Yeah, well, definitely not in wood. So you're collaborating with one or 2 schools in Venice.
Yeah, we collaborate with the Nautical, that's a school,
but it's a naval school.
Yeah. And then Giorgio Cini, that is the other school that is forming former forming people that maybe have this possibility, but there is a very low number of people that are interested about this. So to speak, we have a course of 15 youngs 2 years ago, and only 2 choose to be a shipyard worker. It's very hard. It's a very hard.
Well, yeah, of course.
And in Venice, that's a city where you can earn a lot of money just gondolier, taxista.
But I got to say, at the events when I saw them coming for the christening of the gondola that they built, they were so proud. You can see them, and I think that transmits maybe to the other friends, and maybe as the years went by. I mean, I know you managed to secure a sponsorship, we got to say, with Aperol, that they're helping this. I know it's 3 years. Are you on the second or the third year now?
The third.
Okay, let's hope they're going to renew it, because I thought, how many gondolas did you manage to build?
We just do
2.
Yeah.
Okay, but that was good. Also because one is the one we saw the other day that doesn't exist.
No.
And everybody was...
No one did in Venetian. I've never rowing that gondola because it was...
Amazing.
The last one was built in 1952.
Okay, wow.
And then they closed the production because nobody want to use that, but not because the boat is not a good boat, because tourists ask for gondola.
Okay.
Gondola with the iron.
And this was good. Oh, right, yeah, because he didn't have an iron at the front. I didn't notice that. You're right. And he was so fast. Is he bigger as well?
Yes.
Oh, he was bigger.
The same measure, 11. Let's say that gondola is long 10.45 meters.
Okay.
And this is because the metric system is instead of Venetian foot.
Yeah.
So they translate from and 11 meter with the iron.
Okay.
And our is 10 and 45 because there has no iron.
Okay. So that's another great thing that the Società does is going back to the old projects and try to bring them back, because as you were saying, the gondolas that we see now also evolved. The people don't realize that the gondolas 200, 300, 400 years ago weren't the gondolas that we have today.
Yes.
So you're doing a lot of historical work as well, archives, and I know you work with a lot of people as well.
And also the innovation about this is using the computer as to construct a Venetian typical boat. You don't need a plan. It's a medieval way of thinking, the idea, and without project, just working to have this. We use the computer to tell the computer to measure, have the measures exactly the measure
to the millimeter,
millimeter of the boat, and also all the things they need to have the cantiere.
Yeah.
So the computer gives us back all the measures, and we follow. So young people has the possibility to have the 3D dimension of the boat.
This is good because you're combining, and you shouldn't not do it. I mean, it totally makes sense.
That's the innovation. And also we have the 3D, so we have anything on the computer. And the project, another project I have in mind, but I do need money, is to have the 3D of each Venetian boat. So not to lose the way, the way of having the boat and move the boat on 3D and construct with the computer says which is the measures.
How many type of boats exist in Venice?
Well, the known boats are about 56.
Okay,
people knows only gondola.
Of course.
Say Puparino, Mascaretta,
Sandalo,
Peata, Sando, Caolina. There's a lot.
Of
also,
course.
maybe Caolina, there are two sub Caolina da Seragia, Caolina da Lavoro, Caolina that was built from us with other people, Valesana. That works for fishing.
Because you have to row in a different way and everything.
So there are a lot of other boats. Each boat was designed to have something to do. So if you want to transport something, use Caolina. If you want to transport people faster, use Mascaretta. If you want to transport people just to see the city, use gondola.
Okay. And all of this is going to disappear unless we train people.
Oh, yes.
And it's amazing that the cities, don't understand this. I mean, right now as we speak,
the city
we understand, but we don't want to spend more.
The city is understanding, but don't care.
Okay. And it's really interesting because as we're talking, me and you right now, literally 200 meters, 300 meters from us, they are having the Salone Nautico, that is a naval festival.
And must be said that in Salone Nautico, there are only two typical boats. The gondola Henriette, that was built from Carpentieri, our shipyard, and also the gondola Facada.
You decided to send it. I thought you said you were.
There is no one other. They don't care about the local production. So it's quite amazing to have a nautical salon in Venice that don't care about.
That what it produces, Well, it's all about electrical.
Many people in Venice can care about yacht, big yacht, rich yacht, or plastic boat that goes with electricity. So say, it's very there are no noise. You can say there is a green way to go throughout water in Venice that is rowing.
Yeah.
They don't care about rowing.
One thing I should have for sure is to have all over Remiere an exhibition, organize maybe each day, because I know it's a long time, whatever, but each day a different Remiera to take people on a short up and down. I know.
Also,
I mean, you would have thought it's something basic and simple, isn't it?
Another part of our project that was also to teach people working realize and have a construction of Venetian typical boat is rowing, but not rowing as a Remiera, because a Remiera is just like to play golf. If you don't have a handicap, they say you're not able. Come back when you are able to row. We want people teach people rowing, and so have also the boat when people can take the boat for rent and go throughout the city and understand what means go with a rowing boat throughout the city with the waves, with the other traffic and same thing. But the important is the people trying and teach rowing. So not stay in the city just as a passenger, but try to have a boat and guide the boat throughout the Rie and the Canali. And that's the second part of the project. So people coming in Venice, maybe first time, but for the second time, third time, fourth time, says, it's a beautiful day today, and I'm going to have a row. Oh, you? But are you a gondolier? No, but I'm able to have, because there is a shipyard in Castello where you can do that. And when you come back to home, you say, tomorrow we go to Venice, and I personally will rowing. Oh, you will row me personally? Yes, because I think, I want to meet too. Yeah. So expand this way, expand this way of teaching how to live the city, expand maybe the love.
Yeah.
Because you understand the city, and you say, wait, I see what means the big waves in St. Mark's. You can't say me that is only a part of thinking, that is, that is the environment. No.
And all of a sudden, you're very ruined, and a big ship passes in front of you, and you think, I'm going to die now.
I know what it means, the danger of the waves, because I know what it is. And this will have a community, international. That is.
Well, look, we just had a death the other day, just unfortunately, just around here. So it was a young girl, and it was it wasn't even a bad day because it wasn't raining or anything. I know, it's crazy.
So this is the second part. The third part is talking about green and talking about sustainable. So, is it a plastic ball sustainable? No. Venice has this Black Death, because when you have to leave away a plastic boat, you simply let him away. There has no serial number of recognition. There has nothing. But plastic lasts for centuries.
Of course,
Have more wood boat, maybe motorized, maybe rowing, but more wood boat needs to have shipyard, because more wood boat that remain on water must be restored every, let's say, 6 months. Venice has no, I repeat, because it could sound incredible, Venice has no public shipyard.
They're all private.
Only private.
Yeah.
And private shipyard do not need to have wooden boat because they only care about plastic boat that is low cost to work and great earn of money. So the city that was built on the water, that has on the culture of rowing of the boats, its basement has no public shipyard.
Yeah, it is.
So you have people says that we are green, we are sustainable, but
They're not.
they have to do that.
Yeah.
They do know that. This is the third part of our project. Let a space of our shipyard to encourage people to have wooden boat, but giving people the place where every 6 months they can restore the boat. This is not something that could do a private society as we are.
No, this needs the
Public
support.
society, but public society does not exist because the administration is very interesting about a new stadium and a new palace port.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That was not in Venice. It is in the countryside.
Yeah, exactly. Well, never mind.
It's incredible. But this is so. You see, as we could accept offer of 10,000, maybe 20, 40,000 euros for 6 months to rent our shipyard to people showing pieces of art as Biennale. We refuse it and we say we are working just like a salmon. We are going
Upstream against everybody.
It is very.
Well, but look at the salmon at the end of the day, lays his eggs.
It's very, very fatigueux, but we think that when all people go to the one direction, if you turn and you come back, maybe you are right. Not only the big number has also a great reason. So you can see that Venice is dying, yes. But we are not saying it is dying up till the day. Until the day is not finished.
Well, they say until the last nation doesn't draw the last breath, Venice is still alive. And I think there is a lot of foreign people that would love to come and live in Venice. Yes, and I think nowadays with remote working and we can do,
and we have a lot of 2,000 public houses are closed because the law will not give the house to people having so higher income.
Okay.
And it's not true, and it's not good because Venice is not just the other city.
Okay.
So Italian law also in this part, as in other parts, are thinking of Venice just like a normal, common city. If you came in Venice, you see that the nearby a palace of some people rich, there are the poor houses of the people. So this was Venice. And we need people to have a stratification of people that are poor up to rich, but living together. That is it's
diversity.
And we do need have these houses given to people that love to live here.
Yeah.
Because there does not exist the Venetian as race. Everybody can be a Venetian.
Well, because Venice was built on foreign people.
and I always say, if you love Venice, you are not loving Venice. It's Venice that have choose you very carefully because the city is very important. It's very hard to live. And when Venice has choose you, you come here. That's not you that live in Venice. It's Venice that choose you very carefully. And whenever you are here and you love the city, you can go anywhere in the world. You can have also in the peace of your heart, Venice is still there. So Venice is choosing the people that want to live here. That's why there does not exist Venetian as race. Everybody can be Venetian if you love the city. And if you love the city, you have to make a stand. If you see something, you say something.
So, can foreign people join the Società if they want to?
Yes.
Okay, all they got to do, they got to go online.
We have people all over the world.
Okay, they can go online and just register and send the money.
And
send the money.
And send the money, but not for the society. As I told you, we need to have the administration costs. What we need now is to have something, a choral way to understand that our proposal about the public shipyard of Square San Seppo could be
Yeah.
a point of return.
Yeah.
Could be a point when not only the Venetian, not only the Italians, but all the world can see that Venice must be, yes, the city of everybody, but the city that everybody care.
Yeah.
Not just to everybody to do whatever you want.
Okay. So you need people to spread the word.
Yeah.
And
Talk about
and talk about it.
and
Yeah.
talk about our project, and possibly, if possibly, to contribute
Yeah.
to have this. As you understand, public administration is not interest, and this is very incredible.
serious, but we know
Very
it's one of the problems. In
But
the
people
city.
can do more, can do something important, and we do not have to have a lot from law. We have to have law from a lot of people. The way is not only to contribute, but to discuss about this item.
Okay, and let's clarify something. Venice is not dying. I know everybody. You said it in an interview. You said, "Oh, Venice is dead." Well, it's not dead.
Yeah.
You say it's more like it's a phoenix, isn't it? It keeps dying and reborn, isn't it? I mean, come on. We've been doing it for so many
Well,
years.
there is something that I've learned, that people are positive because they have to have hope. But as we say, you can also die with hope.
Oh, yeah.
And nothing has changed. So we have to be positive as we are. Public shipyard is a project that we are going to construct in the middle of Sahara. But positive means that you know the reality as it is.
Yeah.
So we can go away to say that Venice is not dying. It's not true. Venice is really dying.
Oh, yeah.
It's what we can do about this, but we have to have the idea that this is happen. It's not something that could be. Venice is losing 1,000 inhabitants every year.
I know. I keep telling
You
everybody.
can be positive, but if I give away from you 1 liter of blood every year,
Yeah, we
you got
know.
a problem.
Yeah, of course.
People, no, I will survive. Yes, you can survive, but you need the weakness.
Yeah, of course.
You feel the weak. And we feel the weak in the city.
Well, the schools are closing, the hospitals are
And more
going
the centers are closed, the more the people go away. And
Yeah.
more the people go
Yeah.
away, more the...
Yeah.
And also this is something that Venice need a particular way to have in a particular law inside the Italian Republic. As we have all the protection we need for I told you before, for the bricks. But not for people. Banks are closed because are lowing people. Yes, but it's just like the mountain.
Yeah.
If you close a school on the mountain, close the town, and then the mountain is abounded, and then something very
That
tragedy
happens.
happens.
Exactly.
So it's the same in Venice.
Yeah.
We do have a school up till we have just one pupil, because people are staying in the city because they have services. But if you move outside, you got a lot of services, but not because you have something around, because you can move with a car. So you can move from village to village, and you don't need to have. This is not Venice. Venice needs a particular law.
But doesn't he? I thought he had anyway some parts. No, we already have some parts. No, we really have nothing.
Special law of Venice was established in 1973 and talks just only about the houses and the works of art. They don't talk about people.
Okay.
Because it was
Because of that in 70s, I don't think it was happening.
Yeah.
It was just started happening. So, yeah. So where can people find online the Società?
Where?
Yeah. What's the website?
Oh, yes. www.smscc.it.
Okay, and they can go. And I saw it. You just done a new website.
And also, this is one. This is the official site.
Yeah.
And you can find information.
Yep, and you can join.
But we have also another one that's maybe more important because of the discussion. That is www.sanisepo.com.
That is about the shipyard and the project and everything.
That we have to restart with another condition. So not just talking Venetian and Venice, but talking Venice, and all people love Venice. And all people of Venice has the right to have a place when coming in Venice where they feel at home, not feel only just host.
I can open a bar in there and a Cicchetti place. Okay. Thank you so much, Cesare, for the talk. It was perfect. It's exactly what I wanted people to understand what the Società is. And I'm probably going to call you again for the story of the boats because I think this is so interesting. Thank you so much. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Thank you again, Cesare, for the lovely chat. You can find Cesare at www.smscc.it. Thank you again for listening. Venice Talks podcast is a production of Sentire Media, created, produced and hosted by me, Monica Cesarato. Follow Venice Talks wherever you get your podcast, and if you want to book a food tour or a cooking experience with me, you can find me over at www.monicacesarato.com and on all social medias with the handle at Monica Cesarato, where you can follow my adventures around Venice. And don't forget, if you love this episode, please rate it and leave a review. It's very much appreciated.
Sentire Media.
Hey, podcast producers and show hosts. Do you want to join a podcast network that celebrates all things Italian? At Sentire Media, we understand the allure of Italy and its unique culture. Our devoted team of hosts and producers are all driven by their shared passion for Italy. And we work tirelessly to create the best lifestyle podcasts and content that will whisk you away to the very heart of Italy. With us, you can savor the mouth-watering flavors, get lost in the stories from the past, break down the cultural barriers, and truly immerse yourself in the vibrant traditions of this intoxicating country. If you have a great podcast idea or are already in production and would like to join Sentire Media, head over to sentiremedia.com, that's SENTIRE media.com, and find out how to submit your show.